I have a dream. Four simple words that have changed the course of history. Four simple words that painted a picture and gave a portrait of what we should strive for as a society. I was asked to introduce Martin Luther King Jr. due to my extensive research into the man himself, the literature that he's produced, and his impact on the civil rights movement. I am pleased to stand before you with the goal of providing insight into a few key events of Martin Luther King Jr.'s life, who the man was, and present Dr. King with the Godly Standard Award. First, we're going to discuss the first few key events in Martin Luther King Jr.'s life. According to a bibliography written by Stanford University, Martin Luther King Jr. was a third-generation pastor. It is growing up in a home centered around Christ that actively pursued the betterment of man was instrumental in the development of Dr. King's outlook on life. According to the official website of the Nobel Prize, Dr. King led over 200,000 individuals on the March on Washington. This is important because of the fact that it shows and highlights his ability to lead people under a common goal. The JFK Library states that Martin Luther King Jr. was essential to the civil rights movement. His efforts were crucial in the passing of both the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Martin Luther King Jr.'s role in the civil rights movement was solidified with the passing of these two acts. Now that we've discussed the key events of Dr. King's life, we're going to discuss who the man was as a person. USHistory.org states that Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy can be summarized in two words: nonviolence and a pursuit of equality. Martin Luther King Jr. was a man dedicated to bringing his dream of a world in which men are judged on their character rather than the skin of their color to fruition. He practiced what he preached and lived his life to the fullest, and continued to do so even when it wasn't popular. It is through peaceful means and the pursuit of equality that Martin Luther King Jr. was able to create a legacy and a hope for generations to come. Dr. King's teachings have taught us as a society that it's okay to pursue justice through peaceful means, and that lasting change can be accomplished through these. Now that we've discussed Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy, we're going to discuss the award that we're gathered here to give. The Godly Standard Award is an award given to those who live their lives in a Christ-centered manner, who go and pursue justice, truth, and love. Past recipients include St. Paul for his spreading of the gospel, Mother Teresa for her formation of the Missionaries of Charity for the poorest of poor in the name of Christ, and C.S. Lewis, whose writings of Mere Christianity teaches us to this day what it means to be a Christ-centered man. Martin Luther King Jr. lived his life by the teachings of Christ, working his entire life in the pursuit of hope and furthering a better future for our society. Martin Luther King Jr. exemplifies what it means to live a life of truth, justice, and ultimately what it means to live a life of love. In conclusion, I provided a few key events that shaped the man Martin Luther King Jr., talked about Dr. King himself and his legacy, and established why he is worthy of the Godly Standard Award. The Godly Standard Award is all about living a life of Christ. His pursuit of justice, truth, and love are why I am truly proud to present Martin Luther King Jr. with the Godly Standard Award. Thank you.